this while I'm thinking about it. And then I have Brightspace pulled up, so I wanted to share my screen with you and show you real quick where to find test review, and then we're going to look at it together. So if you go into your intermediate accounting course in Brightspace, and then under syllabus and other important information, there is exam 1 test review. I opened it up, excuse me, I opened it up this morning. So it should be available for all of you to download and to start getting together your study guide. We're going to talk about it, go over it together today. And then on Monday, when we come back, we'll do some of the calculations to review further and get some more practice with it. One thing I just wanted to point out, and I had already said this in class to you guys, is that Chapter 16, we did not get to go over together. So you guys do not have any Chapter 16 homework. You do not have to complete the Chapter 16 quiz. And then also, basically, these Chapter 16 questions are going to be given to you essentially. So you just need to focus your study efforts on Chapter 13, 14, and 15. That's not ideal. I would have rather been able to go over Chapter 16 together. But between the water pipes freezing and then the snow day, the past 2 days, unfortunately, we do not have time to go over Chapter 16 together. So just focus your studying again on Chapter 13, Chapter 14, Chapter 15, because Chapter 16 is going to be given to you. Are we okay with that? Hopefully nobody's too upset about that. I mean, I would recommend still reading the chapter. It's about basically employee compensation. And so, you know, it is an important topic, but unfortunately we are not going to be able to go over it together. So you do not have to complete the Chapter 16 homework. You do not have to complete the Chapter 16 quiz. So, all right, so it's there in Brightspace for you. I'm going to stop sharing this and then I'm going to get the document pulled up here. So which one is it? Here we go. Okay, so here is the document pulled up. And so Chapter 13, know what is a current liability. Hopefully we know the difference now between current and long-term liabilities, right? Remember, it's that kind of 1 year time frame, right? Current liabilities we expect to pay out of our current assets or pay off within the next year or the operating cycle. Long-term liabilities obviously take longer than a year to pay off. Probably the most common long-term liability, mortgage payable, right? Number 2, be able to calculate interest on a note payable. Number 3, know how an employee's take-home pay is determined. Number 4, calculate payroll tax expense or payroll expense. And then finally, number 5, know the journal entry for a note payable. So just make sure you review those. And again, any of them that we have to calculate something, we're going to get practice with those calculations on Monday. So we'll do a little bit more test review on Monday. Any questions about Chapter 13? Okay. Number 14, know the definition of bearer bonds. Number 6, know the definition of bearer bonds. Number 7, calculate the present value of a bond. And so just remember with this one, and again, we're going to get some practice with it, but there's two elements to the present value: the present value of the principal, and then the present value of the interest payments. So for the present value of the principal amount, we use the present value of one table. For the present value of the interest payments, we use the present value of annuity table. Of course, those tables you'll be given to use on the exam, just like we did in Intermediate Accounting 1. Number 8, calculate the total amount of long-term liabilities. So for number 8, it's going to show us, you know, several different liabilities. And again, we need to know which ones would be considered long-term to calculate the total amount of long-term liabilities. Number 9, know the journal entry to record the issuance of a discount bond. We did several of these together in class. Then number 10, know the journal entry to record the issuance of a premium bond. Again, we did several of those together in class. Any questions about any of these yet? We're okay with them. We're excited for our first exam, right? Or celebrate our knowledge we've gained. Not so much. All right, anyway, chapter 15, number 11, know the journal entry for treasury stock purchase. So remember, treasury stock is when we are reacquiring our stock. So make sure we review that journal entry. Number 12, calculate preferred and common stock allocations in a lump sum transaction. We did this in class together. I know you guys had to do this for your homework as well. Just make sure that we review that, and we'll get some practice with it again on Monday. Number 13, know how the acquisition of treasury stock or treasury shares affects stockholder equity. And so remember we said, you know, treasury stock is when we reacquire or purchase back our stock. And so that decreases stockholder equity. That's a negative to stockholder equity. Number 14, calculate the ending balance in stockholder equity after 3 treasury stock transactions. So again, we just need to remember that when we reacquire our stock or when we purchase treasury stock, that decreases or reduces stockholder equity. Number 15, know the journal entry for a common stock issuance. And we did several of those together. The end of last week, beginning of this week, and then on Wednesday together. So hopefully we're feeling good with that. All right, again, number 16 or chapter 16 rather, number 16 through 20. These are going to be given to you because we were not able to cover chapter 16 together. So basically, you know, you guys are kind of getting like 20% of the exam given to you, which, you know, it's not ideal. I would have rather been able to do the calculations together. But unfortunately, because of situations out of our control, we were not. So those will be given to you. The problem on the exam is a discount bond amortization table. And so we did a couple of these, few of these together in class. And so what we need to be able to do is fill out the amortization schedule or the amortization table. record the journal entry for the bond issuance, and then also the journal entry for the first interest payment. So again, when we meet on Monday, we'll go through and get practice with this again together. Okay. Any questions about any of these multiple choice questions or the problem on our first exam? Okay, well, we're kind of getting a break on this exam, right? Because one of the chapters we were not able to cover together. I don't anticipate that happening on the next couple exams. So hopefully this is the last bit of bad weather that we get. I'm getting new tires on my car, so I don't think we'll get bad weather after I get new tires. All right, what else? Anything else we can think of? We're feeling okay. We're excited to get started on test review. Yes? All right, guys. Well, since we're not covering chapter 16 together, I just wanted to go over test review today. And then, like I said, on Monday, we'll do some of the calculations and get practice with some of the things we need to be able to calculate. But, you know, I would recommend getting your study guide together over the weekend. So if you have any questions, we can address those together on Monday. Does that sound good?
I have a question. So I'm not sure if you said it already, but does that mean we're taking the exam either Wednesday or Friday?
Right, correct. Wednesday or Friday, whichever works best for your schedule.
Thank you.
Yeah. For those of you that are in taxation too, the first exam's next week as well, you know, so you can maybe do one of them on Wednesday, one of them on Friday or whatever. So it's up to you. Anything else we can think of, guys? Okay, well, you know where to find me if you have any questions. Otherwise, that test reviews open up in Brightspace for you. And remember that you have homework and quiz for chapter 15 if you have not done that already, but you do not need to do chapter 16 homework or quiz. Everyone's just going to be given the points for those. We okay with that? All right, guys, well, enjoy the rest of your day. I know I'll see some of you in taxation here shortly. Otherwise, have a good weekend. Bye-bye.